By the time I reached the physics section, I did not have any time left. रोने से, डरने से, anxious होने से time बढ़ेगा नहीं. I did do the entire syllabus, but the problem was that by the end of it, it was of no use. I was very stupid to think that 700 is the ultimate score and उसके नीचे कुछ भी एकदम गंदा है. Please पूरा syllabus करने के पीछे मत भागना. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you are doing very well. So the topic of today's video is super important and I'm sure it will be so helpful to all of you. I'll be sharing 5 of my biggest mistakes during NEET prep. As you all know, my NEET journey was very unique and it was very different from a typical NEET aspirant, and so the mistakes that I made were also very different. First, and my biggest mistake probably, was focusing too much on physics. Since I was in that zone of wanting to do the impossible, I had decided that since everyone neglects physics and they think that physics is very difficult and छोड़ देनी चाहिए, I thought कि मैं तो करूँगी. For NEET, I had decided that why not try to score really good marks in this subject. I can't believe that I even had the guts to think about doing the entire physics syllabus in that इतना कम time that I had. I used to spend most of my days doing physics, especially the initial part of it. And guys, if I hadn't done that, if I had just focused properly on biology and chemistry and physics के एक दो कोई topics important वाले कर लेती, my situation would be very different right now. I spent 3/4 of my total NEET prep time only on physics. मतलब physics पे मैंने 3/4 लगाया था and biochem पे मिला के I think मैंने 1/4 से ज़्यादा नहीं लगाया होगा. And you will not believe, by the time I reached the physics section, I did not have any time left. I wanted to attempt it, I had prepared for it, but I could not attempt the questions because I was left with hardly 30 minutes. तो जो मैंने इतनी पूरी मेहनत की थी, फिजिक्स में जान लगा दी थी, इतने न्यूमेरिकल्स प्रैक्टिस किए थे, पूरी PYQs की बुक कर ली थी, इतने सारे वन शॉट वीडियोस देखे थे, at the end of it, I couldn't put any of that knowledge, any of that hard work to use. क्योंकि मेरे पास फिजिक्स के लिए टाइम ही नहीं बचा था. This is probably one of my biggest regrets. It was really sad. But the lesson that you guys should learn from this is, again, if you're short on time, please don't even try to do the entire physics syllabus. Just focus on the important topics. Just focus on any 2 subjects and third का बस important चीज़ें करके चले जाओ if you're short on time. Be very wise. Bio is easy to attempt. एक आप बस question देखोगे आंसर पता चल जाएगा. Physics में you have to think. Moving on to my second mistake during NEET prep. Since I was planning to complete the entire physics syllabus, मेरे को इतना तो पता था that 11th और 12th का पूरा physics करना on your own is not impossible, but it will definitely be very difficult. Because physics is a subject which requires a lot of understanding, and when you're solving numericals, you can get very frustrated and you in that moment would want someone who's there to help you out. So 2 months before the exam, Kangna the genius was on a tutor hunt. Offline classes, online classes, this, that, मैंने सब कुछ try कर लिया था. And by the end of it, I had tried and rejected around 13 to 14 physics tutors, only to decide 20 days before the exam that you know what, I just can't do this and I should just stick to doing one-shot videos from YouTube and nothing else. Now the reason why I was trying so hard to find a teacher was because there were so many moments during my NEET prep when I would look at a certain question and I would realize that I was totally zoned out in class when that particular topic was being taught, and especially since 12th was totally online, there were just so many topics that were just unclear. And this is where Filo app comes to your rescue. Filo is an instant tutoring platform that connects you to a top educator in less than 60 seconds for a live one-on-one session. It's as fast as a phone call and the tutors are available 24/7. Filo solves all your problems real time, be it as small as a formula or a concept to something as big as an entire chapter. No need to be like me and waste time trying to find friends or watching 100 YouTube videos just to clear that one concept. Filo ensures a fruitful study session. The most interesting feature is that you can also mark your favorite tutors so that next time you have to clear a concept, you can get connected to that particular tutor again. Trust me guys, I wasted so much money, time, energy into finding the right tutors because I thought that I will need someone there when I एकदम से have some problem in some numerical or some question. Don't do that because now you have such innovative solutions to all these problems. So don't be like me, don't make the same mistakes, and download Filo app from the description below. Okay, so my third mistake is that I was aiming way too high. It's gonna sound a little silly, but my motivation to just forget about everything else and study was that I really wanted to be that person who finished the entire syllabus in just 2 months and got an amazing score. While I used to study, I was constantly daydreaming about the day when people would look up to me and be like, wow, she did the entire syllabus in 2 months and got such an amazing score. I was just so blinded by this dream of mine that I was aiming for like a 600 or 700, which might sound silly to a lot of people, but the way I was studying in those days, pulling off 15 hours a day, I genuinely thought that, I can do this. But what I didn't realize was that I guess 600, 700 is actually a little tough. लेकिन अगर मैं properly strategy बनाकर उसको follow करूँ, then I can very well score at least in the range of 500s. And this was probably the biggest blunder I did because I just had this keeda in my brain. I was just so keen on scoring very high that I didn't realize कि उससे थोड़े कम marks आना ज़्यादा possible है and ज़्यादा easy भी है. So what I was doing was, obviously I was aiming for such a high score that the only way to achieve it was to do the entire syllabus. So I was constantly just pushing myself so much. I really wanted to, prove that even if you start late, you can get a good score. And I did do the entire syllabus. But the problem was that by the end of it, it was of no use. Because 2 साल का पूरा syllabus मैंने saturate करके अपने दिमाग में 2 महीने में गुजारा था. It's not like मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. Everything was so interesting. So it's not like I didn't understand. It's just that everything was pretty jumbled in my brain. I had 180 minutes by the clock and 200 questions to do. My brain was just not able to fully apply everything that I had put in so much effort into studying in 2 months. Instead of doing 100% of the syllabus, if I stuck to completing like 60-70% but doing it properly, I would be much better off. I would be at ease. I would not be as stressed as I was. And during the exam, definitely I think I would have been able to retrieve a lot more information than I did. I was very stupid to think that 700 is the ultimate score and उसके नीचे कुछ भी एकदम गंदा है, especially coming from someone who was not even serious about doing NEET 2 months before. It's like मैंने जब नहीं पढ़ा तो मतलब मैंने बिल्कुल ही नहीं पढ़ा, and जब मैंने पढ़ना शुरू किया तो I was aiming for a top score. But अगर मैंने कुछ middle में aim करा होता like 500 or 600, trust me guys, the way I was studying and the things that I was following and the all the tips and tricks that I've shared with you guys, following all of that, I am so sure that I would definitely have scored mid 500s में. So the lesson that you guys have to learn is that if you are in a similar situation where you have a time crunch and you have like 3 or 4 months left or maybe 2 months or whatever it is, but you still want a decent score, I would suggest you to pick out the important topics. I can make a video on that for you guys and just do them properly and do them in a way that उसका question तो गलत हो ही ना. My fourth mistake was spending way too much time crying, worrying and just feeling insanely anxious. So after one point, I used to just feel so scared and restless that every 10-15 minutes I would get up from my desk and just go to my mom-dad's room and just stare at them or make sad faces on the verge of crying and just be like, बस अब मुझसे नहीं हो रहा, like I just can't do this anymore, it's too much. And you won't believe it guys, but I think around 10-15 days before the exam, I just went up to my mom and I was like, मुझे नहीं देना NEET, मुझसे हो ही नहीं पाएगा, there's no point, कोई एग्जाम हॉल में जाने का कोई पॉइंट ही नहीं क्योंकि मुझे कुछ भी नहीं आता, like आता है but absorb नहीं हो रहा. And I was just in such a bad place and that led to so much mental stress. Now see, you will feel anxious, you will feel like giving up, sabko hoga, and there's almost no way to stop that. But just think about how much time you're gonna waste every time you let a negative thought consume your energy, because time आपके पास उतना ही है. रोने से, डरने से, एंग्शियस होने से टाइम बढ़ेगा नहीं. And it's definitely much easier said than done. But trust me, if you're able to control your thoughts, if you're able to really have a hold on your subconscious mind, and if you just find a way in all of this stress and in all of this negativity to just see the light at the end of the tunnel and just think positive, you will be the winner. Coming to my last mistake for this video, as you all are aware, you must have seen my timetable video. I used to sleep around 6 hours per day, which is obviously not enough. Some people are okay with like 5-6 hours of sleep, but try not to do that. I know end में time नहीं होता and it's tough to catch up on sleep, but just identify other places where you can save time and use that time in extending your hours of sleep, because 7 to 8 hours of rest is very important for a student that's preparing for any sort of an exam, because your mind needs that rest, especially to absorb all the information. I was totally glued to my chair during NEET prep. मैं उठती ही नहीं थी, कोई physical exercise. I used to not even go down for a walk, and I think almost 20 दिन तक at a stretch I was just confined to my room. So guys, I made a lot more mistakes, but for this video I'm going to end it here. Let me know if you want a part 2 of this. If you did learn something from this, don't forget to hit the like button and please subscribe to the channel. I love creating content for you guys, and I genuinely want to do everything I can to help you through this. And just, I know it's getting tough, but we've got this. Just keep going. Till then, take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, stay positive, take care of your health, mental, physical, both. And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.